The lines are open. You know, if you guys have been following the Ray Rice story, you know, if you will, I definitely want you to give me a call. You know, if you have been following this, it's been on CNN, Sports Network. It's been everywhere. You know, it's been on everything right about now. And as you guys know, I'll just give you a little synopsis really, really quick. Ray Rice was in Atlantic City with his fiance at the time. And first one video was released. First, there was video number 1, and it just showed him like dragging his fiance out of an elevator, and she was like lifeless. Like she was on her face. He was giving her no love. He was just dragging her out like she was just like someone he didn't know, no compassion. Well, I feel like he would have treated someone he knew much better, and he was just giving her no love. She looked like she was dead. He was dragging her out of an elevator. Oh, meanwhile, let me give you the background. Ray Rice was playing for the Baltimore Ravens. He is a running back and actually very talented. There you go. So anyways, yeah, so that's what happened. And then he was suspended for 2 games. And now video number 2 has came out. And video number 2 has so much more information. It does show them before the elevator scene where this fiance of his did spit on him and they begin fighting. And then it shows the elevator scene where he punches her and knocks her out. Like cold, like very scary, like maybe she's dead. And then he pulled her out of the elevator with no love, no compassion, acts like he could care less about her. And it was a very scary situation. Now he's completely terminated from the NFL. He can no longer play. Nobody wants him. He's terminated not from the Baltimore Ravens, but from the whole NFL. I do have a caller. Hello.
Hello?
Hey, who am I talking to?
Talking to Lawrence.
Hi, how are you doing?
I'm all right.
You all right? So you called me to talk. You called me to request a video.
No, I'm talking about the Ray Rice situation.
Oh, perfect. Holla at me.
A lot of people giving their information about what went on that day, but only them two really know what went on. Even though you see the video and all that, but you know inside stuff about how women be doing different stuff to men that you tick them off in different situations.
Right.
So only them two really know what went on that day.
Correct.
Even though you see the video and everything that's going on in the video, only 2 people know what went on that day. You understand what I'm saying?
I do.
I don't believe in hitting on a woman, none of that. Don't get me wrong.
Okay.
But at the same time, women, they can kick you off to a certain point, you know, and they know what buttons to push, man.
Right. Well, I would like to ask you this. I actually very much so do understand where you are coming from, and I don't always take the feminist side and be like, oh, it's his fault he hit her. But, I mean, he knocked her out cold where she was unconscious for a while. I think that's a little far.
But you know how women get so drunk, and the only way for you to hear him, he probably said it like 1,000 times, babe, stop, babe, stop, babe, stop. You see, now listen, so the only way he had, I don't believe in hitting women, let me put that out there again. But the only time people really understand you do something physical to them.
I mean, you know what? I'm not going to say right or wrong, but he knocked her out to the ground where she had like no life in her body. I just have to say, I'm sorry, that's a bit far. For you to have no life left in your body and you're like cold to the world, that's way too far. That's just my opinion. But what I want to ask you is, Ray Rice will, you know, leave the NFL with no jail time, of course. And how do you feel about that? Do you feel he's getting off easy because in the NFL? Because, I mean, of course, if you hit your girlfriend and knocked her out, you'd be going to jail. But, you know, Ray Rice is an NFL player, so he's not going to jail. How do you feel about that?
Yeah, because if he hit one of my sisters, it'd be something totally different behind that. So that's something I can't really answer. He needs to answer to the law in different ways about that.
Right. Well, I mean,
Hello?
No, I'm right here. I do understand where you're coming from. Also, his fiance is no longer his fiance, and they did get married after this incident. How do you feel about that?
That roll of dice, hey, I guess her family got in her ear. I don't know. I'm just, when we on the outside looking in, we really don't know what's really going on.
That's true. Well, I really do appreciate you voicing your opinion. You have a great standpoint. Do you want to request a video while we're here?
Yeah, I can hear the Tupac.
Anything Tupac?
I forgot the name. Whew. A lot of Tupac songs.
Okay.
Anyone that tells love about women, you can play any one of those.
Oh, the one that about loving a woman?
Yeah.
I know exactly what you're talking about. I just listened to it yesterday. But I know what you're talking about, so I'm definitely going to get that for you, okay?
All right. Appreciate it, baby.
See ya. I want to say I love all my callers. Make sure you call me. This is real life. You can call me and talk to me. You don't have to just watch and be a standbyer. You can call me. I'm right here. Holla at me, though. Anyways, yeah, the Ray Rice situation is absolutely bananas. And, you know, Lawrence is right. You don't know what was going on between that couple. And everyone's business is their business. However, you knocking a female out cold to the ground and she has no life in her body at that moment, that is way too far. And that is no excuse at the bottom line. I have a caller. Hello.
Hello.
Hey, who am I talking to?
Gina.
Keena, I love that name. How old are you?
I'm 20.
Oh, you grown, girl. I shouldn't even ask you that, huh?
Yeah.
So what's going on? What did you call to talk to me about today?
I actually had a comment about the Ray Rice situation.
Holla at me.
The previous caller, I didn't agree with what he was saying.
Okay.
Because he's saying that the woman probably pushed him too far,
right,
or whatever the case may be, which resulted in him putting his hand on her.
Right.
I feel that in no situation nor circumstance should a man put their hand on a woman. The
Amen.
same way that a woman can call the police if a man put his hands on her, the same way a man could do the same thing.
Right.
No matter what the situation is, that shouldn't happen at all.
Right.
And I kind of feel like her marrying him even after that, I mean, people might say that's how love goes or whatever,
right,
but that's not how love goes. But we can't judge her based on that.
right.
So I totally disagree with what the previous caller was saying. No matter what the situation is, you don't put your hand on a female.
I agree. And let me ask you this question because you make a great point. Since they are married now, do you think that would put their household in jeopardy? You know, like if he hit her now, you know, would that probably put, you know, jeopardizing the children or jeopardizing their household, period?
Definitely, because then if the children are seeing that this is what he's doing to their mother, then they might grow up and feel that it's okay to put their hands on another person as well.
100%. And then how do you feel about no jail time for Ray Rice?
I mean, it's crazy because if it was a regular human being, like a regular person,
yes,
they would have done the time for doing that crime.
Of
but
course.
Because he's a celebrity, you know, they tend to treat them like they're above the law, and I totally disagree with that.
Awesome. You're totally right. Keena, thank you for calling me. God bless you. Do you want to shout out anybody while we're here?
I like to shout out my family, my brothers and sisters, the whole Shut 'em Down auntie, Carol City, Miami-Dade, everybody.
Okay, and do you want to request a video while we're here?
I would like to see Rich Gang Lifestyle.
Oh, I got that for you. That's number one requested. Well, thank you for calling. The lines are always open, so you can call again at any time, okay?
Okay, thank you.
Bye. Yeah, so we have two different standpoints here. We had one from Lawrence and one from Keena. So we have two different standpoints, two different sides of the room here. But, I mean, both of them hold valid points. And she's right. I mean, if a woman hits a man, you know what I'm saying? How bad is that versus a man hitting a woman? That's just two different strength levels. It's two different things, two different heights, two different weights. I mean, you're going to knock a female out easy. Right now, here we are. We have Eve.
Hey yo, I don't even know you and I hate you. See, all I know is that my girlfriend used to date